Okay, today we're going to be reviewing the Vaporesso Armour Pro, and the tank it comes with is a Energy Cascade Baby. Batteries go in the bottom there. That's a charge or firmware upgrade port. The fire button is all along here. It's a good fire button. It's lasted. It's all right to press. Hasn't sustained any deep scratches. The menu is easy to get around in with the 3 buttons. Hold down the bottom button and you have the 3 intensities of drag: the hard, the normal, and the soft. Then you have CCW, you have SP, which is a special proprietary super player mode that reports to duplicate your last draw. You have variable voltage, CCV, and then you have the various settings for stainless steel, nickel, titanium, and then 2 custom sections, M1 and M2, which basically have everything that the particular wire sections have, except for the CCT option. Like if I go into stainless steel, I can do the CCT set, but if I go into M1 or M2, I can't do that. And that, of course, has to do with the fact that it's not temperature control. There's also something called bypass, which I'm sure everybody's familiar with. And then the settings. The settings are complete. There's not much explanation in either the manual or through context about what smart on is or auto on is. They have your brightness level, your puff counter, some various color schemes for the LCD display. They have your screen timeout, your version of the your firmware, and your time set. The only thing frustrating about the time set is that every time you set the time and then change your battery, as you would because it's a device that uses interchangeable batteries, the time mode gets set back to 24-hour. And I'm sure you lose a couple seconds or something, but it's not too big an issue. We just learn how to read 24-hour. Okay, so these are not real vent ports down here. The action, mine's a little older. The action on this hinge is, getting to the point where it's slightly questionable. It does still close and slide forward and catch. So you can fit up to a 21700 battery in there. It's got a sleeve adapter for the 18650s. Looks like all the contacts are brass, and I think the hinge might be brass as well. I think that the mod itself is probably made out of some alloy. I don't think it's stainless steel. Just a wild guess, maybe some sort of nickel or something. So yeah, the styling's nice. It handles up pretty well. I'm starting to lose paint on the bottom edges, up at the top edges and the top face a little. Other than that, it's good. So the meat and potatoes of it, though, of course, is the tank that comes included with it. It's a gravity fed tank, which is just to say that there is a very deep well for the liquid. The window ends right about here, and then below that's at least half an inch of a well that channels the liquid down along and into the coils. So Vaporesso doesn't really make, I mean, they make a wide variety of coils, but they all pretty much fit all their devices. They may have one style that doesn't fit, but they're the GTs. They have mesh coils, they have regular coils, they have you know, doubles, they have quads, and then they have the ones I use, which are the ceramic coils, which are really nice. Basically puts some ceramic in between your cotton and your heating element. The draw is a little harsher because you're not getting as much air through, so it's not an airy draw like it would be with the mesh coils or other coils. You know, it's relatively easy to use. You know, the top just slides open. I've had it for about a year, a little over a year, and I've come to the point, I don't know, probably 2 months ago, where I had to replace the grommets and whatnot on the top, because they just were getting bunched and ripped, and the top wasn't closing very well. Not that the top really closes perfectly evenly to begin with, but it's all right. I dropped it once and had an issue with that steel bottom of the tank sort of coming wedged off the rest of the tank, and just banged that back in and never had an issue. Never had an issue with any sort of misreads or anything. It has a stealth mode and a lock mode, and that's about it. I have yet to upgrade the firmware. I'm looking forward to that, but the last time I tried it, didn't seem like they even had an upgrade out yet. I'm not sure. So I tend to like the Vaporesso stuff. I think they have a good chip they're working with. I like their limits. I like their firing speed. The device is responsive. Initially they had some trouble with customer service and customer support, but that seems to have been dealt with, as they are working more closely in trying to assess and figure out their particular customer service agents. So I was glad to get surveys about that. I mean, you know, the name is a little swooshy, but I've always enjoyed the look of their mods, and I appreciate their coils, and I hope that they figure out a way to you know, become more mainstream and not run into the problems of being a foreign company, such as translation and just, you know, all sorts of stuff. Sometimes those companies aren't very accessible to English or Americans. Things aren't explained that well, or just aren't explained at all. So that's the whole story. I guess the best thing was that it was reasonably priced. I got this for, it was way less than, it was $50. It was like 30 some dollars. And I think it's better quality than a lot of the smock products out there. So that's all I got. Have a great day.